Hi, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. So, I'm sure, as you may have heard, if you're on Twitter, everyone is talking about the fact that the day before Meghan Markle's cooking show comes out, if you want to call it that, it's Meghan chatting in the kitchen, lathering away while real chefs cook. But, anyways, she copies everything Pamela Anderson did. Megan decided to give an exclusive interview in People magazine, right? Well, number one, I don't even think this was an interview because the way it reads, it's just a bunch of blurbs put together, a bunch of quotes. It's not like somebody sat down, like a real interview. Somebody describes, I'm sitting here outside talking to Meghan Markle. She's running a little late. Archie had a sniffle or something like, you real time, there's a back and forth. There's a description of her demeanor. There's none of that here. This whole quote unquote interview, if you want to call it that. Hi, Patricia. How are you? This whole interview, if you want to call it that, and don't worry, I'm not reading it to you. I wouldn't torture you like that. But I just want to point out a couple of things, what I notice about it. I know a lot of people are talking about it, but I just wanted to post, and get your feedback as well. What you think? Have you read it? It's very long, but it's very bland. And two things that stick out to me, besides the fact that it's not a real interview, it's just different blurbs here, and there's nothing that they claim it's. When you look at the first blip of it, the first bullet points, it says an intimate conversation. Intimate. Well, there's nothing intimate in this thing. She uses the word joy twice. She brings up roast chicken, which I think she's trolling us. And the whole thing is fake and phony from beginning to end. Like, I wouldn't even doubt if somebody just made it up for her on Netflix or something and pretended to interview her. A lot of politics in this, and besides the joy of you all know, with Kamala Harris here, which I'll get to in a second. But anyways, they started out claiming that, okay, so this is very bizarre. This whole quote unquote interview is very bizarre. They start out describing it like as if the person's in the room with her, but that's not the case. Like they started off saying Meghan Markle is curled up in bed with her 5-year-old son, Prince Archie, on a recent winter evening in Montecito. With her phone in hand, she catches up on emails. And then she claims that Archie, sleeping next to her, wakes up and says, "Mommy, don't work too hard." Or Mama. She calls herself Mama all the time. Suddenly, Meghan is Mama for the first time. She's being referred to constantly in this article as Mama. And then after this little scene they do as if the person's there, which obviously they're not, Meghan says it's the sweetest thing. And then that's it. You just got that like blip of like, I don't know what, like we're supposed to believe. Like they don't say like, oh, Meghan recalled that when she was in bed and her son said this. No, that they start the article out making it sound like the writer is there in the bedroom with her. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's just like this little fantasy they weave in the beginning. And then immediately after describing this little alleged scenario that allegedly happened, they go into, like any entrepreneur, Meghan is working so hard. So initially, they're starting off with Meghan works so hard. She's a working mom, even though she doesn't have a job and she doesn't do anything. Neither her nor Harry do anything except get on stage and grab microphones. But this article wants you to believe she's such a hardworking mother. Don't you know she works so hard? She's launching her new business. What launch? Where? A website? An Instagram account? That's launching a business. If that's launching a business, then I've launched several businesses. I got Instagram, I got Twitter, I got a website. Way more than Meghan Markle's ever had, right? Anyways, it's just a joke. Like they make it sound like she works so hard. It's like she doesn't know what the work means. Sleeping around different men isn't working. Anyways. So they're going up. They go into America Riviera Orchard, and what a failure that was. And then Megan's like, oh, and she says, quote, there's twists and turns. I was figuring it out real time. It's like, yeah, no kidding. And then she says, and somebody in her position, see, she makes it sound like she's an ordinary person. Yeah, I was figuring it out real time. It's like you have a staff around you. You're married. You've got security. You've got staff. You've got a PR firm. What is there to figure out? You've got a team of people to figure it out for you and get it in place. You know what I mean? Unless she's just too cheap to hire anyone, she expected people to work for her. So I mean, for her to try to make it sound like, oh, I'm just like you and me and anyone else, just figuring it out. And then she says, I appreciate everyone who gave me the grace to make mistakes and figure it out, and also be forgiving with myself through that. It's a learning curve. Oh, so she thanks everybody who gave her the grace for figuring it out. Being sarcastic there, obviously, because nobody gives her grace. She didn't figure anything out. She's an idiot. So then she goes into I love that their decision to step back from their royal roles. They didn't step back; they stepped down, way down, and they've sunken into a hole. And they're nobody, nothings now. But they make it a point to say, but their titles remain, right? They want to. She's like emphasizing that. It's like, yeah, they stepped down, but their titles remain. She's still a duchess. She's still a duchess. So that's why they're referring to her children as prince and princess. So she's really pushing the titles with this. It's like, I'm princess, I'm prince, or whatever. So she's emphasizing that. She's putting that message out with this little quote unquote interview. So messages she's signaling out here. But let me see. Then she goes on about how much she loves having the same name as her husband. It's like, oh, me and the children, our husband, we all have the same name together. It means a lot. It's like, yeah, you and every other family in the world. It's like, it's talking about this is not an interview and this is not intimate. This whole thing is retarded. And I feel like they're trolling us with this entire thing. And then she says it's part of our love story. Yeah, it's part of your PSYOP, military grade PSYOP of the CIA, you mean? And then, of course, they bring in the show March 4th, Netflix show coming out. Then she starts talking about her children. Well, here's the first time she mentions joyful. When your children get to a certain age, you're not just playing in the sandbox with them, but it's almost playing in your own sandbox again. It's super joyful, she says. Super joyful. Okay. As a woman and mom, be able to find yourself again in a way that's always been present. It's put as much attention as when your kids are a little bit older. This woman has never stopped trying to get attention for herself. They're claiming that we mentioned the docu-series struggles of the royal family. And then this is weird too. When she mentions, she's talking about a cooking show and doing it at the rented location. She says, when Harry visited, he was always super polite and friendly, right? So again, she doth protest too much here. It's like, why are you emphasizing that Harry visits the studio and you point out he's super friendly there, polite and friendly. So obviously, trying to protest. Obviously, he was probably nothing but a prick, as he always is. The both of them. She's known for being a bully and obnoxious. Both of them. So it's an 8-part episode with her cooking, crafting, and gardening, or in other words, watching other people cook and craft and garden. More like it. Then we refer back to her stupid blog that she had a million years ago that was not popular at all, but she tries to make it sound like it was akin to Amazon or something. And she's talking about, I had to shut it down in 2017 when I got married. It was hard to let it go. It's like, Meghan, it was a blog. Okay. I mean, everybody's had blogs at this point. Everybody and their high school child is a blog, and she makes it sound like it was such a momentous thing. I mean, I just want to say this whole thing is just a joke. And then she says, my husband met me when I had the TIG, and she says, I see a spark in his eye when he sees me doing the things I was doing when we first met. It's like, what? he has a sparkle in his eye seeing you doing the things you did when you first met. Yeah, right. I mean, this thing is so fake and phony, so ridiculous. And it's just like, who was it? H.G. Tudor explaining that to a narcissist, everybody is an extension of them. So it's like, instead of Meghan saying, I get a sparkle in my eye doing the same thing again, which is actually pretty sad and shows how low she's gone, that she's doing the same thing she did when she met Harry, when she was a nobody nothing. It only shows, and she's making it sound like, oh, Harry has a spark in his eye when I'm doing my blog. It's like, yeah, okay, Meghan. I mean, this is so lame and pathetic. And anyways, there's another Joy one coming up here. And she talks about cooking her soul food because Meghan's so black, don't you know? So here we go. I was never really in front of the camera like this with the cooking show. Talks about, oh, and she says, I still have my first pencil skirt that I wore in the first episode of Suits. Like, oh, so exciting. And then she's saying, I'd make a recipe and say, everybody try this, and oh, we've run out of spoons. And then she said it ended up feeling so communal or communist. And then she goes in, oh my God, she had a director for Emmy Award winning series, Anthony Bourdain, comment on this. I don't know if he's working on this. Did Meghan actually get the director who worked on Anthony Bourdain's cooking show on her show? You got to be kidding me. He claims to, he said, he's quoted here as saying that she's hustling and working and doing blah blah blah. He said, I'm happy we created scenes and we could tap into that part of her life. Oh, please. So she has a new website here, asever.com. So if you want to buy anything from her, you can go to As Ever or whatever. Meghan has her signature jam there. She also has her podcast coming out in Lemonada. They said coming out soon. She says, I see myself as an entrepreneur, female founder, blah, blah, blah. Because even if I get takeout Chinese delivery, I make sure to plate it beautifully. This is an intimate interview. Okay. Meghan plates her Chinese takeout. What else here? I want to point out. She's saying, okay, so she's talking about her friends who have quietly supported her. No, they haven't been quiet. You've had them all come out. They gave an interview to People magazine. Oh, but according to Meghan, she has all these friends quietly supporting her. And then she says, for them to see who they know be reflected on screen on her show, it brought them a lot of joy. Joy again. So Meghan's joyful. Her friends are full of joy. Yeah. And then her private world in Montecito. So we got a couple of joys going on. So she's getting political here. Kamala Harris joy political campaign. And then she claims that her son Archie has play dates with other kids and parents in the area. If you believe that, I don't believe it, but that's what she claims. She claims she's having a normal life for them. She claims they go out to dinner all the time. Her and Harry go out to dinner all the time, she claims. And not one picture, right? But they're so trailed by paparazzi all the time, if that really happens. I want to get to the cooking part. She talks about how she has all this soul food she cooks. Let me see here. Meghan embraces life in her community, allegedly, but she wouldn't video record her show at her home, because her home's her safe haven. It's her sanctuary where they have sacred time. Yeah, to do their satanic rituals, you mean? Their chickens there. He says, our kitchen is a place where mama just cooks foods. See, Meghan's trying to appear really black here in this article. She's like, I'm mama, Our kitchen is where Mama cooks her foods. Since when is Meghan calling herself Mama? Right. Um. Let me go. She talks about her usual day, getting up at 6:30. In my opinion, this is what she's doing because it's that and the soul food she's going to get to in a minute. She's really pushing her image as being black here. Um, she talks about her mother's cooking. She's like, even before I'm a mom, I love being able to nurture. Some of my favorite childhood moments are the meals that my mom would make. She made a lot of soul food. Okay. So Megan's really pushing her black side here in this article with her cooking. She says Thai barbecue chicken spring rolls. And I want my kids to have the same formative memories of the things that I cook. We call them mama meals. Mama meals. Uh huh. And they're the ones that I hope they come back to when they're older and married. And they say, "Oh, let's have a mama meal." And it's just the same roast chicken I've been making since they were little. So there's the roast chicken reference. So the soul food that Megan cooks, her mama meals, is her roast chicken again. I mean, are we being trolled or what? I mean, I was like, you got to be kidding me. Now, the reason this is important, now, I don't know if you watched Candace Owens, who exposed Kamala Harris for not being black at all. She's of Indian descent. And Kamala Harris wrote a couple of biographies where she put a black woman and said, "This is my grandmother Beryl," or whatever, and it was not her grandmother. It turned out to be the help, because Kamala Harris grew up very wealthy. They had, staff. So basically, Kamala Harris is not black, but Kamala Harris, in an attempt to become president, really pushed the black card, trying to pretend to be black. And so, joy was her favorite word. Her joy. History shows joy and mockery are key to taking down the opposition here. So we all know about Kamala with her joy, joy, joy. And Meghan twice mentions joy. Oh, she has so much joy, and her friends have joy. So joy, 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 and the roast chicken. And don't you know, Kamala Harris is a cook too? Did you know that? Here's another article. Kamala Harris made a big deal about her soul food, just like Meghan just made a big deal about it in her People magazine interview. Well, Kamala Harris did the exact same thing when she was running for president and brags about how great a cook she is, especially her soul food. And get this, the best part, I almost fell off my chair when I saw this. Let me see where it is. Kamala's perfected dish with scrambled eggs. Oh, but get this. Her dishes are mushroom lasagna, bolognese, I'm saying that right, pork chops. But she also has a signature roast chicken recipe. A signature roast chicken recipe that impressively can be used as the basis for 3 meals. Yeah, what a coincidence. Did you know Kamala Harris has a signature roast chicken recipe with her soul food, even though she's not black at all, but she claimed to be, but she's a soul food, and she's got this roast chicken recipe, and she's so joyful, just like Meghan. Just like Meghan, who also grew up on soul food, even though her mother wasn't there because she was in prison for 10 years, allegedly. And Meghan and her roast chicken, her mama meal is roast chicken. Wow, what a coincidence. Isn't that quite the coincidence? I just had nightmares of Kamala running for president again with Meghan as vice president. Can you imagine these two in the White House together as president and vice president? I mean, not to give you nightmares, but I mean, seeing what we went through in 2020 with this COVID psyop, the whole thing was fake and phony from beginning to end. I mean, they're capable of doing anything to make us crazy, right? Because they obviously are trying to drive us crazy with this stuff, with these two and this whole psyop. I mean, she's wearing that, whatever. She's wearing the same hat as Pamela Anderson. I mean, they're just trying to drive us crazy. And this whole interview is a joke. And she's, again, trying to push this political angle to herself, again, with the white button-up shirt. She always has a white button-up shirt like she did. Uh, Seems to be something that she's pushed to be political. She wears that when she wants to appear. It's some kind of political thing for her to be wearing the white button-up shirt, like she did in the interview when she first got together with Harry. Yeah, so I just found this that kind of interesting. So that just says it's a political, you know, trying to push her politically here. This is again another, pushing for that. I'm sure she's thinking, oh, in a few years, I'll try again. And she's definitely not giving up on politics. Put it that way. It's a very politically angled article here. So again, just like Kamala Harris, the soul food, the roast chicken. She's such a good mother. She loves to cook and do all this stuff. She loves her children. Her children just love her. And her and Harry just have wonderful days where they chat and make lunch boxes together. Yeah, they catch up at the end of each day. They're busy days doing nothing because neither of them work, but they get together and make sure to have their date nights and stuff, even though they don't have jobs, neither of them. Um, yeah, yeah. She's like, can you imagine Archie will be driving in 10 years? Yeah. Yeah, if you don't kill him, he will be. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, if he survives living with you. Yes, Kamala Harris is Indian. Yeah, the purity in the white shirt. Yeah. And also trying to seem very, I don't know, seem business-like. It's a very business, you always wear a white shirt under a business suit. So this whole thing was fake and phony for me. This whole thing's a political push. Obviously, Meghan couldn't care less about cooking. She never has, never will. And I just couldn't believe she brought the roast chicken again. And that Kamala Harris does the same thing. I mean, there's something with these political Marxist communists and the roast chicken reference, which of course has been brought up. That's a perverted. It was a joke at Soho House allegedly. It was a sexual position. So it's like a big haha joke. We all know that Kamala Harris and Meghan Markle can't cook probably to save their lives. And oops, let's get the cards here. Yeah, so I just thought we'd pull a few cards here. My pretty cards here, my goddess tarot here. But yeah, the whole thing was such a joke. I mean, I just wish Harry and Meghan would go away. But I think the globalists like driving us crazy with this stuff. It's a good distraction, so that they don't want us talking about the COVID psyop and getting accountability, from all the mass murderers out there. So instead, they give us Harry and Meghan. Oh my goodness! And this little drama here is a distraction. The two of them. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, people are saying to boycott the show. I mean, I'm not watching her show. That's for sure. I couldn't care less about anything with this woman. But hey, what do you know? It is what it is. She's still she looks strange in that picture. Yeah, she's had too much plastic surgery. Her nose is collapsed from the cocaine, it looks like. Beautiful scenery. Yes, thank you. Yes, a nice little calming ocean in the background. A little breath of fresh air after being exposed to Meghan Markle and her psyop public relations there. I'm hoping that WME has dropped her, that finally she'll go away to some extent and actually go quiet for a while, but she's still going to be up on the Instagram, so people are still going to be commenting on that, but people are going to get tired of that anyways. I would assume. I don't think it's that. It's pathetic, really. It's pathetic. Just one of these stupid clips. Oh my goodness. So what's Meghan really think she's going to accomplish here? What's she trying to accomplish with this politically aimed interview that's so fake and phony from beginning to end, and obviously has a political angle to it? Meghan and her soul food. She's so pathetic. Please. In between lines of coke, she's cooking that soul food. Yeah, she appreciates your understanding as learning her way. Yeah, right. It's her team of people that she fired because she's so abusive. Megan, if you didn't abuse your staff and act like a bully and a witch, then you probably would have had a good company started. But when you abuse people like that, that's what happens. She acts like she's doing it all on her own. Like she doesn't have a team of people at Archwell and James Holt standing there organizing everything for her, right? Say, oh, it's just me on my own doing it, and I'm on my own and figuring it out. Like as if she's, I mean, the whole thing is just such a everything she does is such a lie and a mind effort. She's messing with people's minds, from beginning to end. Hi, Bettina, how are you? Yeah. Let's see. What's Megan really trying to accomplish with this interview, this fake interview? I don't even think it was a real interview. Like there was nobody sitting there saying, "Oh, Megan's here today wearing this, and she looks like she's been busy today," and whatever. Like nothing. There's no interview in this so-called interview. It looks like just a bunch of different clips of quotes put slapped together to made to look like some kind of interview, but it really wasn't. Just to give her some attention before her show, I guess, because her show starts tomorrow. So she's like desperate to promote it. But really pathetic, like everything else she does. Fake, psyopy. Just both of them. Everything they do is so staged and political. Everything. Even Harry going to that upfront conference. Who did he meet with? Kamala Harris, right? I mean, everything they do is organized around the globalist connections they have and politics and World Economic Forum buddies and connections. It's all strategy. I mean, everything they do is strategy in the PR while pretending to be some loving couple in love and just living in California. It's like, yeah, we all know she didn't give birth to nothing. So whoever children those are, she should come clean about the surrogates. Anyways, now that would be an interesting article to read. So what's Megan trying to pull with this stupid article, fake and phony, talking about Joy and her roast chicken again? So pathetic. So pathetic. All right. I think I shuffled enough. Let's see here. What's Megan really trying to do with this one? This latest PSYOP article? What's trying to do? Let's see what the cards show. Okay, general situation. Ooh, Ace of Swords reversed. Yeah, she knows she's going down. She knows she's down in the toilet here, defeated, loser. This is the loser card. This is the loser card. This is like she's down and out. She's struggling. Now, people have noticed that she's been behaving very bizarrely on her little videos on Instagram, where it just her narcissism and her mental insanity is showing more without PR backing her up and cleaning up her image. So the stuff she puts out is more and more unhinged, and it's coming out, and she knows it. I think she's really feeling the pressure now. Finally, like it's really the end of her. And when I say the end, I mean like her PR nonsense and being a public eye so much. Oh, look at this. The devil temptation card. This is the devil card in this one. Oh, it looks like a big old pile of cocaine, doesn't it? I think Megan's been snorting way too much. It really does. This is supposed to be an ocean. I don't know if you can see that. There's a person standing there surrounded by the ocean. Like, yeah. Yeah, she's overwhelmed. Wow, she's doing very badly right now. The devil reversed. And now, actually, I could take this as the devil with the sword here, pushing something down, trying to destroy something. I didn't notice if there's any spell work in that article. I'm not an expert on recognizing, when she's doing like some people have pointed out that what's that channel's name again? Where he talks about how everything Meghan's saying and the music she used in her little clip of her cooking show, the song was magic. Oh, do you believe in magic and the whole thing? There's a lot of spell work involved in it. And I see a lot of spell work going on here, a lot of satanic spell work. And I'm getting that this article, either there's some kind of, obviously the joy and the roast chicken and the soul food references that were exactly like Kamala Harris. There was definitely, I saw that as political propaganda type of thing, but I'm getting a real evil vibe with it. So I think there was also some kind of, either in launching this article or putting it out, there's some satanic spell work going on here. So I'm like trying to defeat her enemies, trying to pick herself up because she's struggling right now. So it's very evil. I'm getting a very evil kind of vibe. Whenever I see the devil with Meghan, it's always evil. I get 9 of Pentacles reversed, the bottom of it all. Yeah. So Meghan's whole lifestyle is going downhill fast. Just the fact that in that article they had to emphasize she still has her titles. Even though she stepped down from the royal family, they always make sure to say she stepped back. No, they didn't step back. They stepped down. That's the expression, is you step down. Okay, that's what Harry and Meghan did. And by the way, they're not senior royals. There's no such thing as a senior royal. Meghan's PR made that up. If there were senior royals, the senior royals would be Prince Andrew, right? It would be it would be King Charles's siblings there. It would be Anne, Princess Anne, and his other brother there. They would be the seniors, right? Not Harry and Meghan. Harry and Meghan would be junior, okay, if there were. So, it's just like, it just shows how fake this phony her PR is with everything. And she's going down. She's still clinging on to those titles for dear life, but hopefully somebody takes them away. Or at least from the children, because they definitely don't belong in the line of succession since she didn't give birth to them, in my opinion and everybody's opinion. So what are you going to do? Bottom of it all. Oh, the world reversed. Wow. Yeah, things are really rough for her on the world's eye here. And the world is watching. But of course, Meghan likes to try to turn things around on everyone and say, oh, you just don't like her because you're racist. You're just racist. She's still going to try to pull that. That's why she's doing the soul food like Kamala Harris, like her mama used to cook. It's Meghan's mama meals. Now suddenly Meghan is mama, right? Which again is a reference, is what there's a famous movie with a black woman called Mama, right? Isn't it Big Mama or something? Meghan's making all kinds of black references in there, like trying to make herself seem like I'm the big mama. It's a mama meal. My roast beef. The whole thing is just screaming. Meghan is like screaming throughout that interview. I'm black. I'm black. I'm black. Just like Kamala Harris, who isn't black at all. It's political, it's strategic, and it's a basis for her to turn around and say, oh, you're going to criticize my show. Well, that's because you don't like soul food. You don't like mama meal. You don't like black Meghan, So again, it's going to bring out the whole, what Meghan's been pushing all along, her race war, the divisiveness her and Harry have been bringing out, and they constantly bring out. Because we all know Meghan has never dated a black guy in her life. And of course, who does Meghan come out with a photo shoot of her with Serena Williams? It's like the only black friend she has, right? All of her other friends are white. All of her ex-boyfriends and all of her ex-husbands are white. Meghan identified as white on her acting resume. Yeah, and I saw Crazy Days and Nights said that those pictures, I don't know if you saw those pictures of her, Serena Williams, allegedly they were playing a board game with Lily there, and they going out to a restaurant together that just came out. Well, it turns out, according to Crazy Days and Nights, Serena Williams confirmed that those pictures were taken a long time ago, and she had no idea Meghan was going to be using it to promote her TV show. So, but Meghan wants to use a black woman to promote herself, because again, this whole People magazine article with her mama meal, et cetera, soul food and all that, and showing pictures of her with Serena. Meghan is really pandering to playing to be black here, is what I'm getting at. Yeah, and it's strategic. It's strategic, political, and anyone who criticizes her show now, well, they just hate black people. They're racists. That's what her skit's going to be. So this is a stirring up. So that's the evil I'm seeing her stir up with the show and with this interview. Turn the world upside down. Globalist agenda here at the bottom of it all. Everything Harry and Meghan do is globalist agenda. Preceding it, we get the Nine of Wands. Yeah, Meghan using this to push out, even though she knows that she's hostile and defensive, and she's all these people coming out exposing her as a bully and a fake and a phony. And she looks like she's, Ozempic, a Skeletor, Yeah. Yeah, the new PR phase is very odd. Yeah, because I guess she has no PR firm anymore. They're abandoning her. So they're not defending her. Yeah, didn't she grow up on Sizzler? Exactly. She claimed to have grown up at Sizzler, right? That's when her mother wasn't there making her soul food and all that. Oh yeah, look at that. See, this is what she's expecting. So this is to create divisiveness and uproar and get her Sussex squad out. Her and Harry's Sussex squad to go out and attack people and accuse them of being racist. If you don't love Meghan's show. Oh my God. And yeah, it's very pathetic. She's still pushing the same agenda, still pushing the same psyop for the globalists. I mean, she's here to be annoying, like Greta Thunberg. You know what I mean? Her and Harry are the Greta Thunbergs nowadays to annoy us with the globalists, the gift from the globalists. What she doesn't want is Two of Swords. She doesn't want to be forgotten. She doesn't want to have nothing to do. She wants to have something to divide people. You can't stand being ignored and people being quiet about her. She wants everybody fighting about her. That makes her feel important, She wants to go into politics, yo. So what she's hoping for, Four of Cups. Yeah, she's hoping to come across as this, yoga. She also mentioned in the article that she's doing yoga and, she's just a down-home mom and, she's so happy and joyful and doing her meditations and whatnot. So, she's hoping to put out this image of her as kind of, you can think of this as like a Princess Diana kind of image here with the blonde hair sitting under the tree, the infamous tree that they have. They're always posing for pictures in front of. So she's trying to come across as this, perfect California mom on the beach. See a beach behind her. Yeah. Like, I'm just living my life, just pushing politics in my articles. Look at that. What's affecting her, and I get this is the Hermit card in this deck, the Contemplation. Yeah, so this person, I almost see this person was as Harry. You can see Harry is the Hermit, but you do get a major arcana here. So I think Harry is, of course, with her and pushing this stuff, their nonsense story, all their fake phony PR here. So, but of course, he's 100% with her on this PSYOP mission that they're on for the CIA. So, and the globalist agenda. They're both partners in crime. So what's going to happen next? And I get, look at that, the star reverse. That's interesting. A reading I did about what was up for her with this show. I think it was about this show. I got the star as well. So they are pushing her really hard for sure. Obviously, as you can see, she's putting her clips out on her Instagram, and she's getting her People magazine exclusive interview, quote unquote, not exclusive interview, not intimate interview. But this is her. They're really pushing her with this one. She really wants to push her image, but I get it reversed. So you can see that as an excess of, but also that's going to fail as well because Meghan's trying to rebrand herself as this, perfect wife and mother, and she cooks and crafts and gardens. That's what she's all about, not inciting young people to protest and vote. The whole thing's political. We know it from beginning to end. Harry and Meghan have been political since day one, and they continue to be so. So she is trying to push herself up now more prominently, really trying to make a name for herself with this show. Oh, look at this. End result, Queen of Wands reverse, or the Queen of Staves in this deck. Yeah, she's just going to be getting worse and worse and looking worse and worse with this show. It doesn't help that she's so anorexic. I mean, you got to do Ozempic and get anorexic. It's not going to, who's going to believe you're a good cook? I mean, come on, let's face it. Would if you're an anorexic chef, I mean, I've heard people say if the chef is like super skinny, that they wouldn't trust him. It's like, how can you claim to love food and love cooking if you're like, you know, don't eat? I mean, the entire show, what is she pushes around pieces of fruit and pieces of salad. Like the woman doesn't eat, obviously. And yeah, we're supposed to believe she's such a great cook. She's mama meals. She's cooking these 5-course meals or something. When she weighs what does she weigh now? 80 pounds wet. I mean, the woman is anorexic. I mean, her cheeks are sunken in. Okay. Uh, I mean, the whole thing's a joke. You know what I mean? It's a joke from beginning to end. It's a surprise we could do once, except to say it was a long time ago. Yeah. Kiss of Death is right. Yeah. Yeah, this whole show is gonna flop. Not surprisingly. We all know Megan cannot cook. I mean, and we all know that this whole thing is political. The article screams politics all throughout it. And Megan doesn't even cook throughout the thing. That you've seen the clips. She doesn't do any cooking. She gabs away while the other person cooks. So this thing is going to be fake and phony, just as her podcast was. It's going to be very edited, highly edited and scripted and fake and phony as always. So, and people are going to come out and criticize it. It gives people something to criticize, and that's what she's expecting to do, so that she can play the victim again and bring out her Sussex squad and whatnot. Yeah, it's not going to make. It's only going to make her look more foolish. In the end, the Queen of Wands reverse. She's only going to look worse. She is falling apart. She's getting more and more like Britney Spears. Her Instagram account is gonna start looking like Britney Spears's. Have you checked out Britney Spears's Instagram account recently? I mean, she's crazy as ever out there dancing every day. She's doing some dancing with barely nothing on. That's gonna be Megan in a few years, or maybe even sooner, with the way things are going. So Megan still aspires to politics. So look out. I mean, hey, if Kamala Harris can run for president, Megan thinks she can too. And I think, that article proves that she's got political aims still. So look out. And there's a lot of evil around this. I'm getting again with the devil and the Ace of Swords reversed and world reversed down here. There's a lot of evil spell work. Even Megan's cooking, she's going to be doing some kind of putting some evil ingredients in there. She's going to be putting in some chicken blood in there and like trying to feed it to people. I wouldn't eat anything that woman made. Yeah, poor Brittany. Yeah, I do feel bad for Brittany. Unlike Megan, Brittany was phenomenally successful. And yeah, that's what, but it is what it is, And that's where Megan's going. That's where Megan's going. Yeah. Yeah, Megan and Harry. 2 losers, 2 distractions from the COVID psyop. Continues. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this. If so, please like and subscribe. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Bye-bye, everyone.